in Australia, coming to you live from my craft room on Tuesday, the 12th of November. Super excited to be here crafting with you once again for my day 2 of my Santa's workshop. So I am doing a 12-day Santa's workshop series. So I hope you've been enjoying. I did one yesterday. Today is day 2. So welcome. I can see quite a few of you are jumping in. So I'll have a bit of a chat while everyone's getting the notification. So if this is the first time that you have watched me, if you're watching the replay or you're watching me live, please feel free to make sure you hit that subscribe button on your YouTube channel or hit the like and the follow my business page on Facebook if that's where you're watching. Now, I always suggest to people to head over to the YouTube channel because YouTube, you'll get a better streaming experience when it comes to the live stream. So welcome. I can see I've got a few early joiners here this morning ready to go. So it's lovely to be hanging out with you and crafting, and I'm super enjoying these awesome crafting experiences using a lot of our awesome products that are out of our September to December mini catalog. So we have until the end of December, actually early January, for this catalog for all of the products. But the reason that I'm doing this Santa's workshop is to make sure that you are getting a good head start on your Christmas crafting, because I know that we all have great plans, but then of course life gets busy and then we end up running behind. So I'm hopefully giving you some wonderful ideas of what you can use for your Christmas crafting. So hello from Thunder Bay, Ontario. Well, now, Paulette, that could have been exactly where I could say I lived last night, because we had a fair bit of thunder and the night before. So we've been having storms absolutely every day. I think we've had high temperatures of a day and we've been getting storms of a night time. So some have been okay. Some have been like quite a wonderful light show when it comes to the lightning, but some have been a little bit scary as well. So hopefully everyone's staying safe in amongst the summer storm season here. So I can see quite a few of you on. Let me see who we've got. So Margaret, welcome. Jill, lovely to see you. Janice, lovely for you to jump on and watch some craft with us. Donna, Maureen, Shari, lovely to see you. Daryl, welcome. How's that list going, Daryl? Is it ready to put in tomorrow? Because I'm sure you will be ready to add your products to your shopping cart tomorrow. So we have a sale on tomorrow. So I just wanted to let you know we have a seasonal sale that's going to start tomorrow. Now you can scan that QR code there on the screen and that will take you straight through to my online store. And from the 13th to the 15th of November, we have 10% off ink, 10% off cardstock, 20% off bundles, which are the stamp and die bundles, as well as the stamp and punch bundles. Now, we already get a 10% saving already, so you're going to get an extra 20% on top of that again when you buy your bundles, and 20% off DSP. And I have been informed that it is all the products out of our annual catalogue. So our annual catalogue, we don't get another new one until May next year. But this is just a way of making sure that that there is not a lot of stock left over when it comes to the end of the catalogue. So I was saying good morning to everybody. So Nancy, welcome. Lorraine, lovely to see you. Robin, lovely for you to catch me live. Good morning, Lynn. Have I fed Theo? Well, Theo had a mouse yesterday morning, so he fed himself yesterday morning, but he has been fed. My eldest daughter is here at the moment, so he's out hanging out in the lounge room. So he's not interested in crafting because there's another person in the house. So good morning, Susan. Lovely to see you. You love Christmas crafting. You're putting the tree up this weekend. So Susan's getting into the Christmas spirit. Paulette, as I said, from Thunder Bay in Ontario, Canada. Sue, welcome. Sherry, lovely to see you. Chris, lovely to see you. Are you on the way? You're in the waiting room at the doctor's. Julie, welcome. Colleen, welcome. All right. So as I said, we have this sale that's coming up. Now, one thing that I always say to people about sales is anything that's on sale can be put into a starter kit. So you can scan that QR code there, and tomorrow any of those sale items can be put into a starter kit and you get even more value for money. So the starter kit, you get to choose $235 worth of product. You only pay $169 and you are guaranteed discount until April next year, no matter how much you spend. So what comes with that is being a part of my crafty community. So that is the one big plus for why you would actually want to purchase that starter kit, is being a part of a crafty community and feeling like you belong in that crafty community. You get to meet lots of wonderful people all over Australia. Our team is spread all over Australia. Not to mention, you will, when you're with Stampin' Up, you will actually meet people all over the world because we are a global company. So this week we had our recognitions and I was recognized as the #1 demonstrator in Australia. And I'm super excited that I finally achieved that goal. I've been working for 8.5 years to one day be named #1 demonstrator in Australia. And I have finally can tick that off my bucket list that I've actually achieved that. So super exciting. This last Stampin' Up year, I also reached my 300,000 CSV in sales of career to date as well. So that's another milestone that I have reached as well. And I've been with Stampin' Up for 8.5 years. I earn the incentive trips every year, which is super exciting, that I am able to take myself and a guest on an all expenses paid. And it's really awesome that I can go and do those. I need to put the disclaimer out there that there's only 0.01% of the company work at these high levels to achieve these things. So, and there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, but I'm super, super proud to announce that I have reached that #1 spot in Australia. So it's such an achievement to be able to do something like that. And I would not have been able to do that without all of my awesome Wild Heart Crafters team members, past and present team members. You've all added to that success, and also my wonderful customers, my avid followers, and most of all, my family that supports me in what I do with my Stampin' Up business. So I could not do any of it without the support of all of you. So thank you very much for that happening. So a couple of things that I have happening. I have, when I'm doing this, and that says day 1, sorry, it should say day 2, but the Santa's workshop, if you shop and you spend $150 or more, I'm actually going to send out the kit of all 12 projects to you. When I'm finished the 12 project, you will earn a kit for free of all 12 projects. So to make one of each. So everything will be die cut. Everything will be cut in layers and card bases ready to go. So all you need to do is place an order. You can scan that QR code there. You need to place the order with that host code that's connected. And if you scan that QR code, it already has that host code connected. But that's for all orders of $150 or more placed through my online store from November the 11th through to Tuesday the 26th of November. And that will be the last day that I will be doing my Santa's workshop. So for anyone that loves the projects that I do, you can actually earn your free kit by placing one of those qualifying orders through my online store. The other things that I needed to talk to you about is I have a 2-day scrapbooking retreat that I'm holding in December. So the 7th and 8th of December here in the Scenic Rim. Now, I did get asked a question whether I would do these as a retreat in a box. And my question is yes, I will do them as a retreat in a box. There is no option as a retreat in a box, I don't think, in the registration process. But all you need to do is say pay at the door and then do a direct deposit. It will cost you an extra $25 to get it actually sent out in a box. Now, you may have seen the post that I did yesterday of all of my boxes heading off to the post office yesterday to post out all of my retreat in a box from my 2-day Christmas craft retreat. And I could not, I think if I had have put one more box on the top of that pile in my kitchen, it would have reached the kitchen ceiling. So of course, I actually said, I think I'm going to need something like a van, a delivery van or something to take my postage to the post office these days. I did take a big tub with them all packed in the big tub, but they didn't even all fit in the big tub. I had about 4 of the retreats in a box that was sitting on top of the tub that I had to sort of juggle on the way in to the post office. But it's super exciting. I thank each and every one of you for supporting my business, that that you have done so far. So 2-day scrapbooking retreat, and it is wholly and solely scrapbooking. There is no card making in it. It's 2 Christmas themed workshops. One will be 3 double-page layouts with one type of paper. The other one will be another 3 double-page layouts with a different type of designer series paper. But you will get a whole pack of paper. You will get a stamp and die bundle. You will also get the 12 by 12 cardstock that you will need to create 6 double-page layouts. So for $220, you're going to get 6 double-page layouts that are pre-designed, ready to go, and all of the supplies needed to make those 6. Take my bus. I could do that, Julie. I didn't think about that. I could do that. You had a big sleep in today. I did miss you at business training. So the other thing is too, if you actually want to join Stampin' Up and you want to start running it as a business, like if you're thinking about maybe down the line in your future that you maybe want to retire from the job that you're currently doing and you want to actually run it as a business, by all means, it takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication, but we all join the same way. So, and I actually said this morning to all of my business training people, I actually said, do you actually, when you joined, did you join to do it as a business? And every single one of them said no. So, so we don't join any other way. It's just that what you put into your Stampin' Up is what you get out of your Stampin' Up. So, okay, so we have that. I do have my December Christmas card buffet. If you want to come and have an awesome, fun day crafting, that we do 8 cards for $50. This is an in-person event. You will get tea and coffee and a light lunch will be provided. It's on Sunday the 1st of December from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and we will be doing 8 Christmas cards in that card buffet. I do all the hard work for you. It's a very pleasurable, easy casual crafting experience because all you need to do is stamp and assemble the cards. So if you're interested in that, you can scan that QR code there on the screen to be able to register for that. It costs $50 and you will be able to create 8 beautiful cards. So I've already got quite a few people registered and it'll be a bit of a Christmas get together as well. So for all of my people that come to in-person classes. So if you're interested, if you live in the Brisbane area, Gold Coast area, even north of Brisbane, I have people that travel from up north side of Brisbane, Ipswich, Boona, Beaudesert, Scenic Rim, anywhere, Jimboomba, Flagstone, any of those places, you may want to come and have a fun, crafty get together and you get to meet other great crafty people. So it costs $50 for that. And as I said, you'll have tea and coffee, cakes and slices, and you'll have a light lunch, just some little snack sandwiches and things. It's starting to become all about the food. I know that last time we did it, there were so many people that bought cakes and slices and things. And yeah, morning tea was pretty epic, I can tell you. So if you want to be a part of that, by all means, feel free to scan that QR code. There is a link in the description as well. If you're on my email list, you will get emails for all of these events sent out to you. So you don't have to worry about thinking you may have missed out on the registration links. I always email out about every single class that I do. I also have opened up my Christmas retreat. Was huge and I would love to see the numbers stay similar to that. So my February 2-day craft retreat. Now this is a card making retreat. So if you're into card making, it is the 22nd and 23rd of February. And I don't know why that 7 is there. That's the end mark. Obviously my shift key didn't work when I was doing that. Is there another scrapbook thingy? I think I seen an email. There is another scrapbook thingy and I will tell you, Sue. Let me pop that. So 2-day craft retreat costs $220 to, hey Kay, how you going? $220 to attend, and it's an in-person event. You can get a retreat in a box for $245, and the extra $25 is just to cover the postage. Let me see. Scrap It With Me workshop. There we go. Okay, so the Scrap It With Me workshop, these are by subscription. So this Scrap It With Me workshop subscription allows you to get a kit sent by mail every month. So unfortunately, the one for this month has closed. If there is people that still want to get in for the one for this month, you can actually do a direct deposit and message me, and I'm more than happy. I will be placing the order tomorrow for any of those things. So So I'm thinking, Sue, so you were the one that was asking. If you wanted to subscribe, you can subscribe and that subscription will go for next month's kit. But if you want to do this month's, you can actually, if you wanted to do a direct deposit into my account today, because I can add you to the list just for this month as a only as a special treat, that I can add you in if you wanted to do it this month. So they will actually be going out. I did show the scrapbook workshop that I did the other day in person, because I've already done it in person, and I'll be ordering all the supplies tomorrow to be able to send out those kits by the around the 25th, around the last week of the month is when I send out the Scrap It With Me workshop kits. You get full instructions to do 3 double-page layouts for $95. So it's pretty awesome. So around the 25th of the month. If you want to get into this one, Sue, my suggestion is subscribe and you'll be ready for December if you subscribe today, because that will work out, because all of the subscriptions that happen up until the 10th of the month get that month's kit. Anything that happens after the 10th of the month will get the following month's kit. So, but if you want to get in for this one, by all means, message me and I'll be happy to send you my my account details and you can pop yourself in for this month, because as I said, I will be doing the actual ordering for it tomorrow. So, okay, that's about it, I think, as far as all of the things that I needed to update you all on. So we are going to get into crafting today. So I'm going to use this gorgeous bundle, and you get me every time when it comes to snowflakes. I know that some people are not into snowflakes because we live in Australia and we have summer it's summertime for Christmas. But, you know, ever since I've been a kid, every time I've seen Christmas cards with Christmas trees, pine trees with snow on them, and snowflakes, it reminds me of Christmas. So I decided that I would use this gorgeous frozen edge bundle for my live video today to showcase these gorgeous snowflakes. And of course, when it comes to snowflakes, I love using my Night of Navy when it comes to gorgeous snowflake cards, because I think the Night of Navy is a really, really lovely lovely combination when it comes to snowflakes. I also think that the Blackberry Bliss with gold is really nice. I think that Night of Navy with silver is really nice. I'm actually doing a combination today of Night of Navy and Smoky Slate. So I can tell you, no matter what you do with snowflakes, no matter what color combination, you can do a soft pastel color combination. You can do a nice strong color like your Night of Navy or your Cherry Cobbler or your Blackberry Bliss, but you can get some gorgeous cards by using nice strong colors or also pastel colors as well. You got your first snowfall 2 weeks ago, Gina. Yeah, I would love to one day be able to celebrate a white Christmas. So I'm going to use this Frozen Edges bundle. It's got this gorgeous frozen edge piece here. We've got some beautiful snowflakes. So we're going to create a really nice look using the combination of Night of Navy and Smoky Slate. So I've already gone ahead of time and I've cut my white card base, and it's cut using the thick basic white. And we have two different types of white cardstock. One is our thick basic white and one is our regular basic white. Now, the regular basic white is used for doing your inserts and your layers and your die cutting and stamping. And your thick basic white is designed to use for your cardstock. Now, if you are wondering about the sizes of my card bases and layers, I need to tell you that I do have a card making template, and I just thought maybe I could possibly pop the link up here, because I know people ask me all the time about my card template for my layers and bases. And I have a template that it's a fairly cheap template. It's $10 Australian, so it's not an expensive outlay. But once you actually get this PDF template, it helps you when it comes to your card bases and your layers, and it's a perfect way of getting those perfect layers every single time when you go to do your card base. I use the same card base and layers for all of my cards. So I'm just going to pop in, where are we there? I'm just going to pop in the comments the link to those templates so that you can, and I will pin it. Okay, there. So I've just popped the template into the comments there. So if you want to grab those templates, then by all means head on over there after the live video and you can come back and see the chat here and actually grab them. So I've got a basic white card base. I've got a Night of Navy card base. I've also got a layer for the inside. I haven't cut the layer for the front, right, because I've cut the layers all the same. I'm going to cut down this layer to make sure that it's going to be the right size for the front. So I'll take 1/8 of an inch off each way to make it have that nice thin border. Now, depending on how much of a border you want, you take, it depends on how much you cut that layer down. So because I just want a fine layer, I'm cutting it down 1/8 of an inch because I can see the fine layer, as you can see right there. So when I've got a nice strong color like that, I like to just have a fine layer so it doesn't overpower the card too much. If you have a more of a pastel look, you may want more of a border. You may want to see more of a border. So you would cut like 1/4 of an inch off rather than 1/8 of an inch. And so I'm going to go with that. So Julie, I'm not going to put Julie's saying that she can't see me. I'm not going to put it down in the corner because I'm just worried that with the latest storms and activities, whether the internet's not going to be coping that well. So I'm going to grab a block and I'm going to mount this larger stamp up on a block, and it's a spray of snowflakes. It's probably one of my favorite stamps, and I'm going to use the smoky slate because I want to create just a cute little background that these gorgeous snowflakes are going to sit on. So I'm going to do that in smoky slate. So I'm just going to, with that stamp, and as I said, it's a beautiful spray, and I'm using that smoky slate. I'm going to add some down here in the corner. Okay, and I'm also going to add some up in that top corner as well. Just going to go like so. Okay, so we've got just the smoky slate there. I am going to use just a baby wipe just to wipe my glass mat off so I don't get any of that smoky slate on the back of my card. Okay, so we've got that happening there. Now I've got this gorgeous single snowflake as well. So I'm going to grab that one and I'm going to use that with my Night of Navy. So the beauty of having these two combinations, having a strong combination and a color that's not so strong. So in other words, the smoky slate is the more subtle version and the Night of Navy is the more obvious version. It allows us to be able to stamp over the top and get some gorgeous looks just by stamping over the top with this gorgeous stamp. So I'm just going to, with the Night of Navy, I want to stamp some just off the edge so you can see some of that coming in, and I'm going to stamp probably a little bit more at that top part. So I'm just creating some gorgeous stamped images there. All right, so we can do that. I might pop maybe one here and maybe one up there coming off the. So we've created a really, really nice background there using those snowflakes. Who doesn't love a snowflake? All right, so now we've got some gorgeous dies with this set as well. So I want to showcase some of these dies. Now, one thing that I want to do is I want to pop, there's some little smaller snowflakes here. So I would like to pop that gorgeous snowy look across the top. We've also got some little single snowflakes here. We've got that one, and that one. Okay, so I think Let me see, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I've got all the right dies there. Okay, so I'm actually going to take these cute little snowflakes and cut them out of some of the Night of Navy. Now, I can use this one here. This is my layer that's in behind, because I can cut those snowflakes out of the middle of this cardstock, and you're not going to see it because that other layer is going to go over the top anyway. So let's cut some of that out. I will cut a strip with that gorgeous icicle, like the frozen edge coming down. I will cut some of that as well out of some basic white. So let's bring in our cut and emboss. Okay. Sorry, I was just organizing all my plates there, and I need to close up those ink pads so I don't get that all over me. All right. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my cut and emboss machine. I'm going to bring in my cutting pads. So I've got my number 1 plate, my number 2 plate. I'm going to turn that one over because it's been a little bit warped. My number 3 plate there. And actually, no, I'll use that number 3 plate on there. And then that one. Okay, so we're going to add our Night of Navy layer on here. And we'll run that through. I don't know how many of these snowflakes I'm going to do. So I'm going to do it a couple of times. And I'll pick and choose how many I want to get. Gina, no. My card base sizes are for our card. It will work on your size paper a little bit, but it's my card base sizes. Sorry. I mean, I always think an inch is an inch, no matter where you are, no matter what market you're in. But I do understand that getting the best out of your cardstock, you would have to do something that is more suited to your size of cardstock, because our cardstock is 8 1/4 inches by 11 3/4 inches, where yours is cut at 11 inches by 8 1/2. So you won't quite get the width of the card base that I get, because I always do them 5 3/4 inches wide. And you won't quite get that out of yours for the simple fact of you don't have the length in your cardstock. But the same process, okay, so Gina, I'm going to tell you this. So the same process will work with the method that I do, okay? So when I say the method that I do, the same process will work if you do. So we have a process that is called hamburger style or hot dog style. If you do your card bases either way, hamburger style or hot dog style, as long as you remember what your regular card base size is and you find your card front size, you then step down your layers by either taking an 1/8 of an inch off or a 1/4 of an inch off. Okay, all right, so I'm going to need that. Now I also need to, with this white, I want to cut some white. So I've got a scrap of white here that I'm just going to put this on this scrap of white and see how much I can get that will cut out, which I think we will be able to get that to line up on there. All right, we'll run that through. And we'll run that through. Marilyn, great idea. So Marilyn was saying that these could be used for scrapbooking if you had, say, a place that you visited that have stalagmites and stalagmites. Okay, so when you're in caves and things, so you can see here we've got some pieces here too that are the offcut, so the other side of that piece that we may be able to use as well. So I probably will keep them in my stamp set and be able to use them at another time if I wanted to. So let's see what we have. I'll pop that die back in so that I don't lose them, and my snowflake dies so I don't lose them. Okay. I always store mine in my case. So everyone says, how do you store your dies and your stamps? I always store them in my case, because whenever you get that stamp set out, then you know that they are the dies that go with it. You open up your stamp set and there are your dies inside. Normally what I do is I put a magnetic sheet on the inside and stick it, and then I put all my dies on there and name the dies. I just haven't had a chance to do it with most of the ones out of this catalog because I've just been so busy. All right, so we've got that happening there. So my thought process was having some of this coming down over that top to look like some nice icicle bits. I might actually even blend a little bit with my smoky slate and a blending brush just to make that stand out a little bit more. I could, if I wanted to, maybe stamp it with this, but I think what I might do is just use the blending brush. I could possibly use some of these for the inside if I wanted to. So you could even with these bits, I just want to show you this, even with these bits lined up, you could physically overlap some of those bits and it can look like different layers. We might actually do that instead of that long bit, because that still looks quite good too. Can you see there that it actually overlaps and gives you more of a 3D effect? So we might actually do that. I think I might do them around the other way. I think it overlapped a lot better the other way. Look at that. Yes, I like that. And I could even possibly pop that little piece in there as well. So let's glue those on so that we can get that look happening. Actually, no, I want to do some blending first. So let's grab one of my silicone. Actually, no, I don't need the silicone mat. I can do it just on there. So let's grab, hopefully I've got a blending brush that I can use with the grey. There's a grey one. Okay, so I'm just going to take some of the smoky slate and I'm just going to take off some of the excess, and then I'm just going to blend just the tips of these icicles or frozen edges, like you can see here. And it's just going to make them stand out a little bit more on the front of my card. You can see now when I pop that on there, can you see how it makes it stand out a lot more because it's got that blending on the edges. So let's blend a few more. So just getting some on the tips to bring out the edges of those icicles a little bit more, and this little piece here like that. Okay, I'll use my baby wipe again. I should be using my chamois that goes with this, but of course at the moment where the chamois is, Lord knows. All right, so now I'm going to add those pieces on. So I've used that with my blending brush. I'm going to add those pieces on with my liquid glue. So I'm just going to add a little bit of Tombow in behind on those. If you wanted to get more of a 3D look, you could possibly add more, you could possibly add dimensionals in behind this if you wanted to. If you wanted to pop it up and get more of a 3D effect with these icicles, by all means, you could do that. We can put Wink of Stella on them. I can do that in a little while. Julie, great idea. So Julie's saying that I can pop some Wink of Stella on. All right, so I'm just going to line those up and it's going to give a look. I'm just going to pop these ones. I don't know whether I want them on this side over here or whether I want them over there. I might actually pop them in the corner over here. Let's do this. Let's pop them in the corner there. And that's just giving more of a 3D effect with those icicles. So it gives more of a layered look. So you can see there. Gives more of a layered look, like it looks like there's layers in behind. Okay. Yeah, so Marilyn's saying, or a scrapbook page if you visited some limestone caves. I think it would be a fantastic idea. All right, so let's see if we can, wishing you a cozy day. We might see if I can fit that. What have we got here? Let yourself rest. No. Wishing you a cozy day. Do I have something that will... I might actually do that on... Let's see what punch we can do that would give us a size big enough to do that. Let's try this one maybe. Actually, no, this one. Will it fit in this one? Let me see if it will fit in this one. Wishing you a cozy day. Oh, by golly gosh, it will fit. Yes. Okay. So let's do that on a scrap. So I'm going to stamp in Night of Navy with that sentiment. Wishing you a cozy day. So I'll stamp in Night of Navy. Now, sometimes when you've got a smaller block, you can put things on an angle to be able to get them to be on that block all covered. So if I tried to put this way, it does just fit, but sometimes you can do it at an angle. And I find sometimes when you've got your stamp at an angle like that, it's a little bit easier to stamp straight by just lining up the top of the stamp, and you're not actually lining up your block with the stamp. You're actually just lining the stamp up the straight edge. So sometimes it's easier to stamp straight when you do that. All right, so I'm then going to punch that out with this punch. And of course, I think what will make that look a little bit more special, if we can say more special, we could possibly take some scrap paper. Let me see here. Okay, and just do some of these. Look at that. And I'll do some here. So that's just leftover ink that I have on my stamp. And you get a lighter version, but you've still got the strength of that sentiment popping up in the middle. All right, so it's starting to come together quite nicely. I'm going to sit a couple of these randomly around. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put them and how I'm going to put them, but I'm going to randomly place some of these around. And then, of course, you all know me. I've got one there. I think I might leave that for the inside. So I need some ribbon. Like, we can't have this card without ribbon. So let's just add this layer to our Night of Navy layer so we can then add our ribbon. So I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue around. So as I said, this is, if you've come in later and this is the first time you've watched, this is my card number 2, day 2 of my Santa's workshop, 12 days of Christmas crafting. So you can actually earn a kit for free of all 12 projects by placing a qualifying order of $150 or more through my online store. And I will just pop up that code again now, the QR code. You can actually find the link for the QR code. I know this is saying day 1. I'm sorry, but I didn't upload the graphic properly this morning. It should be saying day 2, but you can actually earn yourself a free kit. Now, if you place an order of $200 or more, you'll also earn a free embellishment as well. So I'm going to add some of this gorgeous silver twine. So this is the silver and gold, or gold and silver ribbon combo that I absolutely love. It is fantastic. If there is one ribbon combination that you want to get for your Christmas crafting, it is definitely the gold and silver ribbon combo. So I'm just going to add a little bit of Seal Plus on the back of my card here to be able to add that ribbon and wrap it around. So now with this ribbon too, it has a white strip on one side, and then the other side is all silver. So how you know what the right side of your ribbon is when you unroll it off the roll, whatever is showing on the outside is the right side of your ribbon. So I don't know whether people know that, but it's the same, I think, with any type of ribbon on a spool. Whatever the side that is showing outwards is the top side of your ribbon. So it actually shows that the top side of this ribbon is the bit with the white strip. I always thought it was the bit with all silver, but it is actually the bit with the white strip. So it has a white strip. It's probably very hard for you to see that on the camera, but it does have a white strip right in the middle of it. So it has silver edging around both sides and then that white strip right in the middle. So I'm just going to add that into my Seal Plus on the back of my card, and then I'm going to trim that off. I'm then going to add some dimensionals because I want to pop this front layer up. You all know me. I like to have dimensionals, and I showed yesterday in my video how you can use the handy dandy take your pick tool and be able to pick up your dimensionals and put them on, and to be able to grab the dimensional backings off as well. So you can physically pick up a dimensional and off your packet and pop them on. Now I'm going to put one over the edge here so that I'm going to glue down my ribbon area there. Pop them up in the corners, and don't skimp on your dimensionals. You have loads of dimensionals. This is a pack of dimensionals out of a kit, but you have loads of dimensionals on your sheet, and always use the edge bits. It makes me sad when I see people that don't use the edge bits because there's so much dimensional still left there. Now with your take your pick tool, it's just a case of poking it in and a little flick of the wrist as you pull it out, and it collects all of your pesky dimensional backings all in one go. And they stay on the point of your take a pick tool, and you can just grab them all in one go and put them in your garbage bin. So it's a great way of making sure that you don't end up with the pesky little things everywhere. They do end up escaping anyway. I know that we all have that issue. But yeah, it's a great way of being able to get those dimensional backings and put them in your bin. All right, so we're going to add that onto the front of our card as so. So I just like to stand up when I'm doing this. When I've got dimensionals, I pop my fingers underneath. I make sure I get it even top, bottom, and sides, and then I push down with my thumbs, and then you have it on your card nice and straight. So if anyone that struggles with being able to line those things up, putting those fingers underneath really, really helps. So I'm going to add some dimensionals on the back of this sentiment label as well, and then we will work out where we're going to put our beautiful snowflakes. So who loves the combination of Night of Navy and either silver, or Night of Navy and Smoky Slate? Type into the comments and let me know, what are your favorite combinations when it comes to your Christmas crafting? When it comes to like the darker colors, like your Blackberry Bliss, your Night of Navy, your Cherry Cobblers, what is your favorite combination? Type it in the comments and let everybody know what is your favorite. Okay, so I'm going to pop that one over onto the side here because I'm going to allow my bow to sit in here. So I'm going to pop that over on that side there, popped up. Hey Maggie, welcome. Lovely for you to join us. Now, I'm actually going to use my liquid glue, and I'm going to use my handy dandy take your pick tool to actually distribute these gorgeous snowflakes around, because the other part of the take your pick tool is this putty end, which is really, really a great tool to have, because we can pick up sequins, we can pick up die cuts, we can pick up anything with this great putty tool end. Your favorite Colleen is navy and white. Kay's saying favorite is Night of Navy and silver. Okay, so I'm just going to add a couple of these snowflakes. So I'm just going to add a dot here and there to allow me to pick up these snowflakes. And with that putty end, I can pick it up and pop that snowflake straight into that glue that I've just put there. One there. Night of Navy, white and silver, says Jill. Sue says Night of Navy and silver. Kathy says Night of Navy and silver. Card Craze navy and silver, golden early espresso. Yeah. Gold and blackberry bliss, gold, silver with cherry cobbler. Yeah. Very nice. Night of navy, pink and silver is one of my favorite combos. That sounds awesome, Gina. Night of navy and silver are your choice. Same as Sue, navy and silver. So navy and silver seems to be quite popular, doesn't it? Okay, so which one is it that we haven't got? This one here. So let's pop this one into that one there. Okay, so I will add some, I don't think I want 3 up here. I think I might just add 2 up here. So we might add 1 there and 1 there. So let's add this one here. And let's add this little one up here. So you can see there, how gorgeous is that looking? Like absolutely stunning. So we may be able to, with the frozen edges, let's use this stamp because you probably all want to see this stamp in action because I think it's gorgeous as well. So let's use this stamp and we will do it with our smoky slate. Now, this stamp is a little bit bigger than this, but it's going to be totally okay because it's going to go right over the top of this anyway. So I'm going to use my smoky slate and we are going to stamp a cute icicle edge on the top of our layer here. So let's just hope I've got that I've got the top of my layer, and I have. Look at that. Perfect. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous, having those icicles coming down? All right, let's grab my baby wipe again and clean my desk. All right, so we've got wishing you a cozy day. I love this stamp in here. Snuggle up and hope for snow. I love that stamp. I think it's such a great sentiment. So let's do that on the inside. We'll do that with Night of Navy again. So we'll pop that on there. Actually, I'm going to pop it going that way there so I can fit it all on. Let's do Night of Navy with that one. You like the traditional red and green, says Nancy. Yeah. Traditional girl. I'm so not the traditional type, but okay, so snuggle up and hope for snow. So let's pop that in there. Snuggle up and hope for snow. And I feel like I need to maybe stamp a little snowflake in the corner. And I wouldn't mind stamping off and getting some lighter versions of that snowflake. So let's pop one there. Let's ink up, stamp off, and I stamped off twice just to get that snowflakey look there. And I also have a snowflake left over out of my die cut, so I'll probably use one of the snowflakes just to pop in here as well. So let's move that. Let's move that out of the way. Let's work out where we want to put our snowflake. I feel like I want to pop it down there. What do you think? So down the bottom or up near the sentiment? Type it in the comments and let me know. So snowflake down the bottom or up up near the sentiment? Tell me where you think it should be. Where I've got it, bottom or near the sentiment. So while we're waiting to see what your choice is with that, I'll just do a bow using this gorgeous silver ribbon combo. Bottom, bottom, bottom. So there's 3 for the bottom. Suzanne is blackberry bliss, gold and silver. 5 for the bottom. It's bottom unanimously. Okay, so we're going to pop it down the bottom near everybody else. Thanks, Dimity, for that warning of the person that was on Facebook. Look, people, if there's ever a person on Facebook that are scammers that are trying to get money out of you or trying to get friend requests out of you, that is out of my control because my page is out there and it's public and there's not a great deal I can do about it. I can actually go back in and block them. So thanks to Dimity, she actually told me about someone that was asking for donations or something on my live video yesterday. You get all sorts, I guess, but Okay, so we've got that there. All right, so you said the bottom, so we're going to pop that down the bottom. So let's do a little glue dot there. Using my handy dandy take your pick tool, pop it into that glue dot there. All right, now I did have out on my desk, and what did I do with them all? Because I've moved things off to the side. I had, I did have some rhinestones here ready to go, but now I can't see where I've put them all. I had rhinestones sitting on my desk ready to go to decorate, and for the life of me, did they go under my glass mat? No. I had some here ready to go. I had them sitting on my cardstock, but maybe I can just grab some. I'll grab some out of my drawer over behind me. Isn't that funny how things just go missing? Yeah, I had, oh, did I put them in here? Maybe. Yep, there they are. Look at that. I knew I must have put them somewhere. So they're in here. The crafty cat, I think, is trying to get in the craft room door from the sounds of it. All right, so let's add some rhinestones to these gorgeous, there you go. Corinne's seen that the rhinestones were in the stamp case. I'm glad you've seen me put them in there. I don't even remember putting them in there. So what I love about snowflakes is really blinging them up with your dimensionals, because, with your rhinestones. Rhinestones on snowflakes just bring it to life. Now, I know you're probably going to think, wow, I'm going overboard with these rhinestones on this card, but I can tell you it's going to take it to a whole new level by popping all these rhinestones in the middle of these gorgeous snowflakes. So got a few there, some there, some there. I'm not going to need to put rhinestones anywhere else because there's so many in the centers of these snowflakes that you physically don't really need to pop them anywhere else. Oops, that one didn't come off. That one stayed on my there. And I think I can pop another one down there. And I think I could possibly pop one in the center of that one there. Okay, I think that's all. And one there. And of course, and that one's got something on it. Okay, one there. All right, and then, of course, we will add some liquid glue and we will adhere that into there. Okay, we will add a glue dot to that bow. Okay. And we will add that to here. And then, of course, the final bit would be some Wink of Stella. And my Wink of Stella actually worked today. I don't know what was going on yesterday. It had, for some reason, the lid was coming apart. What are you doing, Jade? All right, and there you have your gorgeous card for day 2 of my Santa's workshop. So if you love what I did, please feel free to give me the thumbs up, like and follow my business page. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please feel free to subscribe to my business channel. Just remember, the way that you can earn this kit for free is to place a qualifying order of $150 or more through my online store from now until the 26th of November. So that ordering special will be happening until the 26th of November, and you will earn a kit to create one of each of all of the 12 projects that I will be doing. So I will be going live at 9 a.m. every morning of the week, only on weekdays, so Monday to Friday. So it'll be all this week, all next week, and 2 days of the week after, creating these gorgeous projects, and then you can earn your kit for free. So thank you very much for hanging out with me today, and feel free to pop your orders in to qualify to get those free kits. Thanks, everyone, and I'll be back here at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning for another live crafty session.